Welcome everyone to the environmental toxicology's video. So, environmental toxicology is a scientific field that studies the harmful effect of chemical, biological, and physical agents on living organisms. This includes the effect of environmental pollutants in air, soil, and water. So, what exactly would be environment toxicology involved in? It is all about managing the toxins and protecting us, the human beings, and the ecosystem from them. Them is the toxin, the toxicologies. I'll tell you, there are so many toxic items which are prevalent in our livable environment. Let me give at least 20 name of for them for your consideration. One is arsenic. You know, arsenic is poisonous to human life. Lead, if it gets into potable water, and probably that leads to poisoning of the human life. Things might go from bad to worse in no time. Mercury is again a poison. Vinyl chloride, polychlorinated biphenyls. Absolutely, biphenyls are to be avoided. Benzene, cadmium, benzopyrene, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, benzofluorethane, arcelor 1260, DDT, archlor, dibens, anthracene, trichloroethylene, chromium hexavalent, dieldrim, phosphorus, white phosphorus 2, hexachlorobutadiene, just to name the chemicals which are harmful for our existence, probably also for the ecology. But then there are some requirements for which we do require their services. The chemicals that has been there, for example, mercury is present in your thermometer. The analog thermometers, which is used to identify whether a patient or a person has fever or not. The high temperature can be measured with mercury. Similarly, a lot of things that goes around here. Let me give you the routes to exposure of the chemicals. It is through inhalations. It is through contact. It is through swallowing or ingestion, breathing, inhalation, breathing in chemical gases, mist, or dust that are in the air. Skin or eye contact, getting chemicals on the skin or in the eyes. They can damage the skin or be absorbed through the skin into the bloodstream. Swallowing is ingestion or eating or taking it from your mouth. This can happen when chemicals have spilled or settled onto food, beverages, cigarettes, beers, or hand. So, what forms do the chemical take? Plentiful of form, believe me or not. They can take in solid forms, liquid form, present as a dust form, vapors, gases, fibers, mist, and fume. And what kind of effects that the chemical causes? Chemical can cause acute, or should I say rapid, from large doses, and chronic develops slowly from small long-term ingestions altogether, long-term doses of health problem. The severity of the effects depend on the doses or the amount of the chemical exposure. Some chemicals have threshold levels below which there is no apparent health effect, but beyond the limit they are disasters to the human life. Example of chronic effect include cigarette smoking, low level radiations, and moderate alcohol consumption. Let me give you the classification of the contaminant, the environmental contaminants. Carcinogenic, an agent which may produce cancer, uncontrolled cell growth, either by itself or in conjunction with another substances. Example include formaldehyde, asbestos, radon, vinyl chloride, and tobacco. Teratogen, a substance which can cause physical defects in developing embryo. Example include alcohol and cigarette smoking. Mutagen, a material that induces genetic changes, mutations in DNA. Example includes radioactive substances, X-rays, ultraviolet radiation. Neurotoxicants, a substance that can cause adverse effect on the chemistry, structure, or functions of the nervous system. Example includes lead and mercury. So I'll give you certain overviews of common contaminants. For example, begin with arsenic. Arsenic is naturally occurring element found in soil, water, dust, air, and food. Its level can vary depending upon the location and the human activity. It can enter the body through contaminated water, drinking water, food, or by breath, dust containing arsenic. Here are some key points about arsenic. It is classified as carcinogenic, linked to various cancer. It can disrupt the body's endocrine system even at a lower level. Common sources of exposures include contaminated drinking water, rice, and some fish. Mercury is a naturally occurring metal used in some products but can be health risk. Two, two main types of exposure for people are elemental mercury vapors, odorless gases, methyl mercury from contaminated fish. Methyl mercury actually builds up in the fish, especially in the large predators. To reduce mercury exposure, dispose of the mercury containing products properly and limit fish intake, especially for the pregnant ladies. Consuming a large amount of fish high in mercury can harm a developing fetus, potentially causing motor, sensory, or cognitive problems. Bisphenol A. It is widely used chemical in polycarbonate plastic and epoxy resin. Polycarbonate plastics are found in food and in drink containers, CDs, compact disc, safety equipments, and medical devices. Epoxy resin line food cans, bottle tops, and water pipes. Dietary exposure is the main concern with BPA, or bisphenol, leaching from the can linings and containers, especially in a high temperature. BPA can also be present in dental sealant and breast milk. So, what can I do? Prevent the exposure to bisphenol. Don't microwave polycarbonate plastic food container. Polycarbonate is strong and durable, but over time it may break down from use at high temperature. Plastic containers have recycle codes at the bottom. Some, but not all plastic that are marked with recycle codes 3 or 7 may be made of bisphenol. So reduce your use of canned food. When possible, opt for glass, porcelain, or stainless steel container, particularly for hot foods or liquid. Use baby bottles that are bisphenol free. Let me talk about phthalates. Phthalates are chemical added to plastic to make them soft and flexible. They're found in a wide variety of consumer products, including cosmetics, toys, food packaging, and building material. Exposure can occur through ingestion, contaminated food, inhalations, and absorption, dermal contact. Phthalates are suspected to disrupt the body hormonal system. Lead is a toxic metal that can be found in soil, air, and water. Lead exposure can cause serious health problems, especially in children and pregnant women. Children are more vulnerable to lead poisoning because their bodies are yet to develop or they are still developing. Lead poisoning can cause brain damages, learning disabilities, and behavioral problems. Pregnant women exposed to lead can experience miscarriages, premature deaths, or premature birth, or even smaller babies. I'm giving you certain products which utilizes lead altogether. Nail products are known to contain toxic chemical such as dibutyl phthalates or toluene or formaldehyde, as the case might be. Radiations and energy emitted by atoms and exist everywhere around us. But remember, radiation we deliberately use for preventing cancers or cancer treatment. But in the process of treating cancer, one may get exposed to radiation, and a perfectly healthy person would be susceptible to become a cancer patient. Daily exposure comes from natural soil resources like soil, rocks, sun, and man made sources, as in X rays and smoke detectors. Radiation is invisible and undetectable with our senses. The danger of radiation varies depending on the type of radioactive material. Proper management is crucial to protect health and environment from radiation hazards. Last but not the least would be I'll be discussing radon. Radon is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that is not only colorless but also is odorless. It forms a breakdown of uranium and thorium in the soil and enters building through cracks. Radon decays into radioactive particles that can cause lung cancer with a long-term exposure. It is the leading cause of lung cancer for non-smoker and the second leading causes overall. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching the video till the end.